Hello students, in this video I'm going to demonstrate how you can draw a design for a building or a house, also known as a blueprint. Now I don't have the special blueprint paper, but that's okay. We can still draw a design for a house or a building on a piece of paper or in your sketchbook. You will also need pencil, possibly an eraser with your pencil. I would really recommend a ruler for straight lines. If you don't have a ruler, you could use a straight edge of something else. For example, maybe a magazine or a book to create a nice straight edge. And possibly a marker or pen if you'd like to go over your pencil lines. Now for today, I'm going to be demonstrating with my black marker so you can see my lines better. The first thing you are going to do is decide if you want your paper to be horizontal or vertical. It depends on the type of building or house you're going to design. Maybe your building or house is only going to be one story. It's not going to be very tall. Maybe you want to make a really tall building, right? Design a tall building. Maybe you want your page to be vertical. For today, I'm going to make my design horizontal. The first thing you will want to do in either case is draw a horizontal line going across at the bottom of your page. Using my ruler, I was able to create a nice straight line. Now this is the ground. This is the line that represents the ground. And when you build something, architecture, you build from the ground up. So this will be the start. Now, I'm going to start to design I'm going to create a house, I think, today. So I'm going to use different types of lines and shapes to begin with to create the form, the shape of my house. Now, before you begin your final design, maybe you want to sketch a few ideas. I'm just kind of jumping into it today, so hopefully I don't make too many mistakes, but that's okay. If I do, I can embrace it and see what I can turn it into. I kind of want to see if I can make maybe a modern, more like a newer style house. Okay. Now that's the shapes for my house. And you can see the roof is kind of like slanted. So maybe my door should be placed right in the middle. I was about to not use my ruler. I think design for a house looks a lot better when you use straight lines because then it looks more realistic. It looks like a good plan. Let me draw a door. Make sure I draw my doorknob. I can add little details later. Maybe I'll do small windows up here at like an angle. It's kind of futuristic. Now don't feel intimidated. You might be thinking this seems challenging. Just know that all I'm doing is I'm using just different elements and principles of art and design. I'm using lines, I'm using shapes. Maybe I'll get into using a bit of pattern. I'm keeping in mind my spacing. I'm trying to make things nice and balanced, right? I have something on this side and this side. Okay, there's my windows. Maybe I could pretend these are like 3 different bedrooms. Maybe I could have like a skinny window down here. Nice long skinny window. Ooh, maybe I could do a little, sometimes windows on the outside have a little flower bed where you could plant flowers. I think that would be a nice touch. And those are more little details, but that's okay. I could do that later. Now what should I do over here? I'm gonna stop to think for a minute. What could be interesting? Maybe another window, but maybe an interesting shape. Maybe a really tall window. Maybe I could add some circle windows. That's kind of interesting. Now, when I'm done creating the design for my house or building, I can start adding more detail if you get done early. For example, my flower bed, I could add some flowers in there. Maybe you want to show that your house or building is built in a certain environment or setting. For example, some of those rustic and log cabin style houses are set in the woods or in the forest. Maybe you think it'd be cool to have a house or a building in a city, right? So if you want to start adding some details in the background to show where the house would be, you could. So maybe just for fun, I'll draw the sun in the background. Maybe this is more of a modern house, but I would like it to be set maybe more in a forested area. So maybe I could draw and show that there's some trees next to the house, right? But you don't have to go into too much detail because that's more of the landscaping of the house and kind of might distract from the design a little bit. But sometimes people design houses to be a part of the environment or the landscape. One thing that I could add as a detail is maybe like a path to the front door, right? When you're done with your blueprint drawing, you could try another one. You don't necessarily have to color it in, right? Because it's just a plan of what you're actually, when architecture might then go ahead and start thinking about how are they going to actually bring this drawing to life and start building, right? But if you'd like to add color, you can. Thank you for watching.